Hmm.
as well.
Let's go. Let's go. That's dope. And you're doing 75 hard too, right?
I haven't started.
You haven't started?
I'm gonna start it when I come back from Brisbane because I'm going there this weekend.
Oh, okay, okay.
I said I'll start it when I finish traveling.
Okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. But G man, hey, you doing it. You gave her a program and she implemented it. That's what's up. That's actually what today is about. I actually want to talk about that, like inspiration. Who's inspiring you or where do you find inspiration? And I mean, again, I think it kind of goes hand in hand with that. Like literally you making her a program and she taking that into effect. Um, I think that, us reflecting on who inspires us or who we've been inspired by, I think that's a good aspect to do when it comes to our journey as well, especially with the surgery Larissa has had. Shirley just had surgery. I was telling Larissa that as well. Shirley, she's been going through it. And like I hope that she would have hopped on here tonight too, because I would have wanted to hear from her. But she's been going through it. She's been posting and keeping us updated. I've been hitting her up in the DMs too. Um, but she kind of like pushed it and that kind of made her surgery worse. And I know like Larissa, you going through that too, that same thing. Surgery could definitely help her as well. So man, let's at least just talk about that. Like I guess in the sense of like the past check-ins, we'll jump into the inspiration too, but like the past check-ins that we've had, obviously, we've just had the most recent one. And Larissa, I don't think we had a check-in the last month, but from the check-ins that we did have, like and I know you had like an issue with what was that, the body fat percentage, right? Okay, so with that whole issue, I know I didn't necessarily get like clarity on how you came about resolving that, but I want to hear that. I really want to hear how that went too. So if you want to share that, you can. But essentially, my first question would be, what's your biggest hurdle from the past check-ins, and then how did you overcome that hurdle? So I know if you want to dive into that, you can. But Larissa, I know too, we've had check-ins that are not necessarily recent, but you can dive into those as well.
So for me, it was just like my body fat percentage like had gone up and I was like confused as to why it was going up because I'm like in a caloric deficit and everything, but I think I was under eating a little bit. So what I did to fix it was like I updated it a little bit and it increased like my caloric intake and like my macros. And I did measure it. I haven't measured it in I think like a week and a half, but I did look at it and it did go down. Like it went back down. So I think that's like helping because I'm getting like more energy to like work out. And I just do feel better because I feel more energized to work out. Whereas like before I was getting frustrated because like there were certain exercises where like I was like struggling and
Hmm.
it's like I know like if I were like bulking right now, I could be like pushing more. But because I'm cutting, like I am only getting so much energy. But so yeah, but I'm still like, you know, I haven't measured it recently though, but I've been thinking about doing that this week. So I gotta see what's up with it.
Okay. So essentially, you're saying like it was your macros that were off?
No, I said I was under eat. Well, yeah, I mean just everything, macros and calories. Because I was
Okay.
under eating. I think that might have been like the issue. Like I was under eating some days, not every day, but some days
Mhm.
I was like under eating. And I think maybe those few days still had like more impact than I realized. But I'm
Okay.
still theorizing though. I'm not like 100% sure.
Okay. Okay. So still tossing it in the air, kind of like testing things out to see what the issue could be or isn't. Wow. Wow. I mean, that's amazing. That's crazy because again, I'm still kind of theorizing what it is too, but realizing that it's taking you a minute to find the source, I think it's still a shocking thing for you as a trainer. You know what I'm saying? Because in a sense, you literally don't know necessarily what it could be, but you're trying everything to still pinpoint what it is. Have you ever ran into those issues with clients as well? Like people that you train, do you also at times go like, man, I don't know necessarily what it is?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's why when we were going over the check-in, that's why I said like this is exactly why like a trainer can only give you so much knowledge when it comes to nutrition. Like I'm not a dietitian. So if I do experience that with my clients, I tell them like you can go see a doctor or a dietitian. Like I'm not too sure what's going
Mm-hmm.
on because
Mm-hmm.
I only know so much. Like, and I let them, and that is something I let people know from the jump. Like in the consultation, like I let people know I'm not that type of person to like sign them up and be like after, oh, hey, like I actually don't do this or whatever. I'm not that type of person. I'm gonna keep it to you straight. I'm gonna give it to you straight. So yeah, if I do come across anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
again, I can also like theorize with them, like, some certain things I've seen or learned. I'm like, okay, it could be this, but I'm not too sure. If you really want peace of mind or you really want to know, you go find out what it is and relay the information back to me so we can all work together on this.
That's
You
crazy.
know, yeah,
That's so
because I
interesting.
can't I can't be over here like diagnosing people and telling people this and that. I can't do that.
Mm, wow. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. Because again, yeah, like you said, you have to, and I think you said this yesterday. Yeah, I think you said this yesterday, where you were just like, in a sense, you have to make sure that they know that you're not the end all be all of being a trainer or being trained by a trainer. They have to come in also knowing that you two are you're here to help them, but they have to meet you halfway, or they also have to do their part. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm glad that you emphasized that yesterday. Um, and again, seeing that you're also having hurdles, that gives you room to still say, yeah, I'm human. I don't know everything. You have to make sure that you also are, keeping yourself accountable, because if they're doing things that you're telling them not to do at home, and then they're coming to you like, oh, I'm not seeing progress, then it's not your fault.
Mhm. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right, Larissa, when it comes to check-ins that came in with, I guess, us, and I can't really remember too much of it before your surgery, but I know your surgery is probably one of them. So even if you want to talk about that, but the biggest hurdles you've had from the past check-ins, how did you overcome those?
Mm, I'm just trying to think because I feel like it's been a while since we had a check-in.
Yeah, we didn't have one last month, but we had one before. But you were going into your surgery.
Yeah. Um, I would just say probably just being patient after surgery in regards to getting
Mm-hmm.
back into training and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my only. Because even when I came out of recovery, I think when I hit 4 weeks, I tried to train again and I could feel it. And then I had to
Yeah.
just relax until I hit 6 weeks.
Okay. Okay. So the hurdle or the challenge was, like you said, being patient.
Yeah.
What, I guess, in a sense, what helped aid you in that patience? I know you said you just have to wait, but what did you do to like not go back into the gym, or like not push yourself when you shouldn't have?
Didn't go to the gym. I had to walk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That I couldn't walk on the treadmill at the gym.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. Did you
Boring.
say it again?
Because it's boring.
It was boring.
It just makes me want to lift, but I can't.
I feel that. I feel that. What would you tell, if Shirley was here? What would you tell Shirley? I guess like maybe like two, three things, or maybe even one big thing that you would tell her that could help her like not over obsess with like working out.
I would say focus on recovery. I would say at the moment, weight loss shouldn't be your focus because there's no point in pushing yourself to trying to get back into routine when you're trying to recover and then putting yourself in a position where you're in a worse state and then it takes even longer for you to get back to where you need to be in regards to like training and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think a lot of the times we put a lot of focus on training, but we got to remember that it's only 20% off weight loss and 80% is still your diet and what you consume and put into your body. So
Mm.
I would still say, like, still listen to your
Mhm.
doctors and whatever they tell. Like, if there's certain foods and stuff, like,
Mhm.
because there were certain foods and stuff that I was eating straight after surgery, kind of
Mhm.
like transitioning in. I think it was like that first week kind of thing. So I guess just depending on what kind of surgery she had or whatnot, I would definitely say like listen to the medical experts, and kind of just like listen to your body. Like it's a marathon, it's not a race. Like there's
Yeah.
no rush. Like when your body's ready, um,
Mm.
then you will get back into it. Like it, time went by so fast. I'm back to training already, and
Let's
it's
go.
going well.
Mhm.
Um, I'm like back to the office like this week as well. So, uh,
Mm.
yeah, like I in the midst of it, it feels like it's forever.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will like admit that. Like it feels like it's so long. And I will say I started to get into like kind of like a lazy routine just because a lot of my time is in prepping for my meals and
Mhm.
training and stuff. So when I couldn't really do that in the sense where like my meals were really simple,
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
it was like kind of got me into like a lazy kind of like routine, and
Mhm.
I kind of had to snap myself out of it um, to get back into it. Um, but yeah,
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Because literally, Shirley just hit me up, and her exact words were exactly what you're hitting at, and that was like essentially she rushed in and she like I guess did or she tried to I think she tried to go back to work earlier than what she was supposed to. And that ended up I think kind of making something happen with the surgery. And then she also stressed how she's just eager to work out. She's like, man, I hate sitting here. She's like, I hate sitting here. I hate not doing anything. And she was saying how that also was something that she was fighting too, because again, if she can't heal, then it prolongs her getting back into the gym. It prolongs her getting back into working out. And that's exactly what you just said. Like essentially, so I think her hearing what you're saying right now, and at least me asking the questions I'm asking for you, is so that she also, when she listens to this, or if she does listen to this, that she can hear it, from you, from a person who's also back on working out. And you say you working out, you back working out twice a day?
yeah,
Wow. Wow. I mean, with that happening, that shows me that your recovery must have been quick. Like, or at
yeah.
least, yeah, sufficient. That's crazy. Wow. I mean, congrats. Um, G, what would you, as a trainer, what would you say to Shirley? Since she also being a member, like, what advice would you give her as well?
The same thing that Larissa said.
Mm-hmm.
The same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just rest. Just
Yeah.
rest. And even if you can't work out, focus on your nutrition.
Yeah.
Hone in on it while this is going on. And then afterwards, like you'll get back into it. Don't focus exactly what she said. Literally everything that she said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, that was perfect. It really was good. Look, because Larissa
Mm-hmm.
hit diet too, which is 80%. I think people forget that. I forget that. Like diet is 80% of the entire thing. 20% is being in the gym. And yet many people focus on 20%, but probably going back to what you always say, G, the aesthetics. People want the look, but they don't want I guess they don't want the food. They don't want to focus on the food that'll help you get to that look faster than perhaps even trying to be in the gym and breaking your body down to the point to where you don't have near as much progress as you would have if you focus on the 80%. That's crazy. That's super crazy. But Larissa, I appreciate you saying that too. Um, and Shirley, if you listen to this again, we also hope that you have a speedy recovery. And again, hit up Larissa because I think she's a perfect person for you. All right. Now let's go into the inspiration because I got a lot to say about this myself. But what would you say, or who would you say have inspired you, and who inspires you? Okay, so who inspires you, and who do you also feel like you've inspired, and why? So let's start there.
For
And,
me,
and just to specify it a little bit, like this is in regards to your fitness journey as a whole, but even more so maybe currently. Like if there's somebody that currently has just really put a lot into your journey as well.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm my own inspiration kind of thing. I
Yeah,
just feel like
we're prideful, man.
I set the standard for myself. Like, shut
I'm
up, Trey.
playing. I'm playing.
I set the standard for myself. Like,
Mhm.
like I'm gonna do like, yeah, like I just said it for myself. I'm not, I mean, of course, like, yeah, there are certain like people that I might follow that I like and that like I like their
Mm.
vibe and I
Uh-huh.
like, their values when it comes to fitness. But even then though, like there are a lot of people out there that I realize take like a lot of different supplements that I don't take. They take all of these
Mm.
different things and they do these different things that I don't do. So I'm like, why am I gonna put you up here when
Ooh.
we're not even doing the same thing?
Yeah, that's a
You
good
know
one.
what I mean? So and it's no hate or like bashing. I'm just being like honest. Like there are other people that are around my age that I see that are taking like, certain like supplements that are like labeled as like fat burners and this and
Yeah.
that. So
Hmm.
I'm like, why am I gonna compare myself to you when you're taking those things and I'm not taking those things? Like I can't compare
Mm.
myself
Wow.
because obviously those supplements are helping you,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So it's just like, why am I going to do that to myself?
Ooh, I got another
But
question.
again, yeah, but again, it's not like a hate thing. It's just like
Yeah.
you, but like, I just understand like it's two different um scenarios, I guess, and different people too.
Yeah, I
Like
was about
we,
to say, yeah.
yeah, two different people too, two different bodies, two
Y-
different everything. So why am I gonna like put myself in the same category? You
Yeah,
know?
because that leads me to another question I have for you, but I'll ask it after Larissa go because I don't want it to. It could probably go somewhere else. Okay, so okay, all right, so okay. Well, wait, you didn't answer the other part. So the first part was who inspires you. Essentially, G said nobody. Um,
Myself.
no, but you froze up. You like it's this funny face you're making right now. Oh, I don't even know if you're there. Larissa, is she froze on your end?
No.
Okay, okay, you're back now.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go on my phone because this is pissing me off. This has been doing this forever, and I'm so annoyed right now.
No, you're
I'm
good.
sorry. No, it's my freaking Wi-Fi. I'll come
Oh,
back.
okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm
All right,
sorry.
because you got to answer the other part. But yeah,
Yeah, let Larissa talk. I'll be on in a little bit.
yeah, no problem.
Okay, bye.
All right, all right, Larissa, if you want to answer it,
What's
like,
the question again?
so like essentially, like, who is it that you feel have inspired you for your current fitness journey, like probably like right now or maybe within the past month, and then also who would you say that you feel like you've inspired? So it's like a two-part question, and then why?
Um, I don't know. No one, well, no one inspired me to do a fitness journey. I made that own decision.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like no one can inspire you. Like people can motivate you and you can feel motivated or inspired by other people's fitness journeys. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like for you to be able to make that decision, that's solely you kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just, yeah, I don't feel, I'm kind of like, gee, like, because you have, it has to be like something that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like the desire needs to come within you. Like you need to get to a point where like it's like the same level as breathing. That's the desire you want to fulfill
Mm-hmm.
on this journey. Like no one can inspire you enough to make a decision because at the end of the day, you need a meal prep, you need to like plan your training, you
Mm-hmm.
need to like fit it around your lifestyle. Like no amount of inspiration can come from an external source.
Mm-hmm.
It has to come within you. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
just like, yeah. I mean, obviously, there's people that like inspire me in the sense where like uh G, Elena, they all like inspire me in different ways, but they're not the reason why I started my fitness journey. Does that make sense? I feel like you need to be your own inspiration to make that decision, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can like follow other fitness like influencers or like PTs and things like that, because then essentially you need to build your own environment, because whatever you surround yourself in is what you are. So if you don't surround yourself in like-minded people that want the same kind of goals,
Mm-hmm.
then your journey kind of will be a bit more difficult, because if
Mm-hmm.
you're hanging around people that are just like whatever, they're not intentional with the time that they put into meal prepping or training or
Mm-hmm.
planning or like working on your mental health or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of person that you're gonna be. Um, but yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. No, no. You actually made a good point. And I actually want to like I got another question to that too. But okay, so essentially you said that you don't think that a person can inspire another person. Like it correct me if I'm wrong, but is that what you said essentially?
no, I meant another person can't. You can get inspired by someone, but that can't be the reason why you're starting your fitness journey. Like you need to want to go into the fitness journey yourself. Like you can like
Okay.
admire all these like people that are on like fitness journeys and
Okay.
want that for yourself, but unless you make a decision that like no excuses, I'm going to do what it takes, that's
Mm-hmm.
when you be intentional in who you follow, who you spend time with, who you connect with,
Mm-hmm.
um because that will only like um add onto the journey and make it like not easier, but it'll just
Mm-hmm.
help you get more. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that you can't get like inspired by other people, because people inspire you every day in like the different like journeys that
Mm-hmm.
um but I just mean like if you're gonna go onto a fitness journey, I don't think anyone can inspire you enough. I think you need to want that for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's more than just people inspiring you. It's more than
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Or and I feel like unfortunately it's like always people that like have gotten sick and they don't want to feel like that anymore, so they go on a fitness journey. People that like are morbidly obese
Mm-hmm.
and they get limited to what they can do and they don't want to live that life anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's always like something extreme, and then do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
like for G's case, it was like the other way, like the opposite end of the spectrum kind of thing.
exactly.
um but I feel like until you make that decision, like everyone else's journeys kind of is like irrelevant until you make that decision.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. No, I definitely see what you're saying. So still not that you're not saying that you can't be inspired, but more so that if you're still looking to start that journey, it has to ultimately be something that is internal, coming from within.
Yeah, because I just feel like it's kind of like the same concept in a sense where like you want people to train with you because it'll just make it easier, when you're on the journey with someone else. But you need to be on that journey like for yourself. Like with your gym partner or not, you need to make sure, oh, I'm going to the gym. Like if you're meal prepping with your family, with them or not, you're gonna make sure that you meal prep for the week kind of thing. It's kind of like the same concept. Whether or not people are gonna be within it with you, you need to make sure that like no excuses. You're gonna do what you need to do to just get it done.
Exactly. No, I feel that. And that it even sounds like we even kind of going into motivation a little bit. Like it sounds a little and actually that was gonna be the question, like, okay, like what would be the difference in between motivation and inspiration? But I don't necessarily think we have to go down that path, but I definitely see what you're saying. Like, in terms of the inspiration that could come from the people that surround you versus starting your journey and there's no amount of inspiration that can ultimately push a person into that. And I definitely get that. But you did mention names, so I wanted to hover around that too. And you said G, Elena, like you said, there are people that you are around even now that, in a sense, have inspired you. Mentioning Giselle as one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. How has she inspired you?
I like her videos, her stretch videos. I like how consistent and how big she is on discipline.
Mm,
Uh, because when I first started, anyone that first starts, discipline is it's kind of like a muscle that you have to work in
mm,
order for it to, like if you kind of like keep falling off,
mm,
then your results are just gonna be reflecting of what your kind of your diet consists of. So
yeah.
in that way, like she inspires me because she's like, even though she's like an 80-20 like ratio, like it's
Mm-hmm.
such a good like healthy kind of like approach to food. Whereas like for me, it's either like um I'm really good or I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm still kind of like finding my what works for me kind of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, so like that like inspires me, especially knowing kind of like her backstory and where she came from.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
see like mad progression like she's had.
Yeah.
Um, so that's what like inspires me with art because I'm looking at eventually going into comp, wanting to
Wow.
um
Ooh.
that and because that's like a lot of work, like the prep work
Mm-hmm.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so that so like they all inspire me in different ways. With
Exactly.
Elena, I love that she like she's weight training and stuff, and I love the videos that like she puts up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so as I said, like I guess just depending also on like your goals and stuff, like different
Exactly.
people
Mm-hmm.
inspire you in
Mm-hmm.
different ways.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. No, you're exactly right. Um, you didn't answer the second part too, but I know G, you got cut off. So whoever wants to go first with the second part, and that is, who do you feel like you're inspiring, or who has perhaps told you that you inspire them?
Sorry, I just need to take a call. I'll just be a minute.
Okay. So G, if you want to go, has there been anybody that has told you, like, personally, like, man, I'm really inspired by you? And then if they did, like, why was that reason?
Well, Larissa just said right
Mm-hmm.
now,
Mm-hmm.
which I appreciate.
Oh.
Thank you so. I know she gonna hear. She gonna hear. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like and it makes me really happy to
Mm-hmm.
inspire people. 'Cause, like, the reason why like I became a trainer in the first
Exactly.
place,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's the reason why I like post on social media to
Yeah.
like to like get moving
Mm-hmm.
or anyway, but I also agree with what she said. You have to ultimately be your own inspiration, but all that stuff, right? Like I
Mm-hmm.
agree with
Yeah.
and with what you're saying. Um, yeah, I've had people tell me like that I inspire them. I mean, I can't remember exactly like word for word what they said, but it's just
Yeah.
you know, a lot of messages where people tell me like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
like I really like love your page. I love what you're posting. Like, please keep doing it. It's helped me a lot. Like just stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it warms my heart. It really does. I'm like, oh my
Let's
gosh.
go. Let's go. Wait,
Yeah.
so these people are they clients? Or are you saying like random people online? Like they just DM you and tell you that?
Yeah, like people who like follow me, that aspect, and then
Mhm.
also of course my clients too. My
Okay,
clients
you too.
have yeah, of course they've told me as well like you've helped me so much and all these things. So again, that's my job. That's
Yeah.
what I'm like trying to do. You know what I mean? So when they tell me that, it feels good because I'm like, okay, like I'm doing it. I'm doing something right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like yeah, told me like many things as well that I've helped them in different ways.
Does that inspiration, when they tell you that you inspire them, does that inspiration, like, does it make you, does it in a sense help keep you disciplined or keep you on the path that you're on? Or with or without it, you would show up or you would continue to stay consistent, and perhaps that's the reason why they're inspired by this ruthlessness that you have of the accolades or no accolades?
I think I would be disciplined no matter what. I mean, keep in mind, I've been working out since I was 13, so I've been doing this way before I became a trainer.